It's the CalebDMTG Show.
Food Chain hasn't seen a ton of play lately. I think it might be weak to Delver. I think it might be weak to the same Dreadhorde shenanigans that everybody else loses to. It feels like Delver loses to Snow Control by a little bit. And then Snow Control loses to everybody that wants to beat Snow Control. And then Delver beats like the rest of the field. But yeah. No, I think this deck's cool. One thing about Legacy is that even when the format, even when there is like a best deck, it's still never more than like 8% of the field or something like that. I do not have a Luring combo put together, nor do I particularly feel like playing it. I'm gonna play this deck. It's in the stream title. I've been talking about playing it for a few days. I do not think that's true. Greek is the gods. You tell me when you think Miracles was almost 40% of the field. You tell me the exact time period you think that was. I will bring up the fucking metagame history, and I will show you that has never been the case. I'm not talking on my ass here. You are misremembering. There might have been a time when Miracles was like almost 20% of the field. I think Rug Delver has cracked 20% for like a few months or something like that. Back in the day. But no deck has been almost close to 40% in Legacy ever. People just don't own all the cards. There's too many decks. Am I going to get around to the Red Storm deck tonight? I'm not sure. Let's see, it's 9 o'clock right now. It depends on how fast the leagues go. Sometimes with Legacy, you just, like, face Oops All Spells and Belcher, and the league takes you less than 2 hours, and other times you, like, face multiple Snow Control decks, and it's just a slog. So sometimes you play, like, 4 or 5, like, leagues in a Legacy night, and sometimes you play 3. So... Flash Hulk would have been 40% if they didn't ban it right away. Yeah, right, exactly. That was like one tournament. You're probably right about that. Even in that tournament, even in the tournament that everybody knew Flash Hulk was going to be the deck to beat, and like a lot of people brought it, I doubt it was still 40% of the field. Oh yeah, there's individual cards that definitely hit 40%. Brainstorm and Force Will are obviously over 40%, then Wasteland's really high. He needs a Noble Hierarch. I almost added some Birds of Paradise, because our 3s are so good. The 3s in this deck are so good. I almost put a couple birds in here, just to try and like do the 1 into 3 thing more often. This is fine though, we can either manipulate Fate or more likely fire off a Quaddle. Both cantrip. The nice thing about manipulate fading early is that you don't draw your fucking Griffins. Mental misstep was high. Oh yeah. I fucking... So like I have long made fun of people trying to play Zoo in Legacy, but when Mental Misstep was around, I actually made the finals of a Legacy Open playing Zoo. Oh, you know what? One reason not to Ice Fang this turn would be so that the Vista could get a basic Plains if we'd manipulated instead. We'd still get like Tundra Forest or whatever. Let's go Savannah Island. Obviously, this isn't a trade, just a chump. Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh shit, what up?
I think this one either eats a Daze or a Force of Will. Hey, Arbiter, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 7 months. Arbiter says, oh shit, 7 months! Been a great ride? Hell yeah. Glad you would enjoy the old stream. Again. What was the need for grabbing Savannah? Because I wanted to play Teferi. Misty can't get basic planes. I was talking about that. I was talking about how my decision kind of forced me to get a dual land there. Ooh. Ooh. I think I'm just gonna play the food chain. Or maybe we Ice Fang to trade with the food token. Maybe that's better. Yeah, Ice Fang was not gonna trade, whether we got a basic there or not, folks. Yeah, 3 other snow permanents, so 4 snow permanents total with the Ice Fang. It would have Death Touch now. If we wanted to try trading with the food. The only issue with waiting is like we might go like they might just like bolt to Fairy. I guess that would still be okay. There's something to just resolving the food chain when they can't daze me or anything. Yeah, I fucking knew it. If we had a blue source up, we'd be brainstorming on their end of turn. GG! So that's kind of cool. How the food chain combo just like doesn't give a shit about Oko. Kind of nice to not just lose to that card. Teferi felt great too. And we're gonna bring the 4th swords in. And we can consider cards like Carpet of Flowers, Oko, Veil of Summers. Oh no, my foot warmer. Oh, there we go. Props to the opponent for the scoop. Yeah, a lot of times, back in the day, like pre-Ranger Captain of Yas, like you wouldn't be showing the opponent that you have a Ballista in your hand, so the opponent would be like, can I scoop to this? Are they just making mana for funsies? What do I use for a foot warmer? I use a heated pad. And it has been awesome. The combo seems fragile. Why does the combo seem fragile? The cool thing about the combo is that it doesn't really care about creature removal. So they need to have an answer to food chain, which is much harder to answer. Hey, the Elk Jug, thanks for the sub, thanks for 47 months. I think slow is a criticism of food chain combo, but fragile is not one I've heard much of. A lot of the pieces are redundant, right? Like Mist Hollow Griffin can pitch to Force of Will. Manipulate Fate is like a card draw engine that just like finds you combo pieces.
Oh shit, what up?
You can also just like cast the Mist Hollow Griffins that you find with Manipulate Fate and just like attack them with your 3/3s as your backup plan. Eric English, thanks for gifting 5 subs. I'm gonna congratulate folks in a second here, just figuring out what I want my sideboarding to look like. I don't think you actually want to cut Uro in this matchup. We could shave a Ballista.
Oh shit, what up?
The actual need to kill them on the spot isn't as great, because it's like making 3 Mist Hollow Griffins is usually pretty good. I'm just gonna submit this.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey Eric English, thanks for the sub, the tier 3, the 26 months. Food chain is bae. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, congratulations to Chalky Adam, to Fats Master, to Dangle, to Janice, and to Bert Layman. Congrats, folks. How'd this deck finish before you got Ballista? I mean, usually would use... I mean, if you want to go way back in the day, it was a little wonkier. But it usually uses Ballista, either just like drawing Ballista naturally, because Ballista's a fine card to be running, or you Trinket Mage for it. Trinket Mage mostly just up the blue count. Yeah, if you want to go really far back, there were some real obnoxious creature chains. You'd play like the 3-mana 1/1 to go find Blue Miojin. I think that was even pre-Mist Hollow Griffin though. Hell yeah. Actually, do I want both arrows? No. I like fetching here, just in case they have like a daze for my card. Then we still shuffled away the extra arrow. At this point, they can kind of manipulate Fate or let it resolve. I don't really care. And we're gonna grab the Eternal Scourge and 2 Griffins. Scourge is just nice because it can like bridge the gap. Like if you go Food Chain and then exile something and have 3 mana, then you play the Scourge and then exile Scourge and then play Griffin. Goblin Recruiter? Well, that was a vintage deck. That was never a legacy deck. Playing the Tundra here makes it vulnerable to Wasteland, but I actually want to fire off another bad Brainstorm. Put bad in quotes. There's a stigma about not firing off Brainstorm unless you have a shuffle effect like immediately there. But I think it gets a little bit better if you're like using the extra card to get back Uro, or if you need to find a blue source, or if you're playing a combo deck and you're trying to get the combo pieces together. As with most rules in Legacy, there's always exceptions, right? You don't want to lose the game and have like a bunch of Brainstorms in your hand uncast. I think I'm just like listing this Delver. Maybe that's better. I'm trying to Teferi. What would you have to do to get me to play Reanimator? Donate $300. I'll play a League of Reanimator instead of the decks that I promised people that I would play later today, that I was looking forward to playing anyway. What a steal. Yeah. Say no. Well, I mean, it's never no, right? There's always a number. If you're interested in, like, making an obnoxious request, then you should be interested in backing it up. Just bring back Uro here. I would rather the Uro gets rebbed than Teferi gets rebbed, is the idea. Right now, what we really need is another basic island in play. Would make our whole hand a lot more castable. I'm kind of surprised we got to untap the Noble Hierarch. Like, I'm wondering what their hand looks like. If they're not revving Uro or force willing Uro. They're not bolting Noble Hierarch. Submerge, sure.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey, Chris Ray, thanks for the sub, thanks for sharing the Prime. Yeah, that's definitely part of it, 7 Deadly. Obviously, some streamers are like way more into user-submitted deck lists and stuff than others. So it's not crazy that someone would. Wonder if I was into that. I think regulars would get the gist of it by now, though. Like, I don't know what point, like, dropping everything, changing my schedule for the day, arranging to get the cards to play Reanimator. Or any other deck, right, that I didn't have prepped. Oh man, we can exile Scourge to Uro. And rebuy it. I'm playing user-submitted decks. Am I? When am I playing user-submitted decks? What of my decks have been user-submitted? You're kind of coming off like not a regular. I said that? I did not. I said some streamers do. I submitted it. If you're an 11-month sub, then you should probably know how my stream is set up, right? Right? Am I crazy here? Am I taking crazy pills? And it's not like I said that I wouldn't. I just gave you a price and you didn't like it. If you ask someone for a price and they answer your question, then being salty about it and saying just say no then isn't like a super great response. Not a good look. In my personal opinion. This Ranger Captain's not amazing here either. Yeah, I wouldn't take that in a negative way, Dr. Muggy. That sounds like you've just watched my stream before is all.
Oh shit, what up?
Crocus to save Uro from Oko is actually kind of cool. I think we're just running out food chain this turn. Oh, the Clothis exiles the Uro, though. Yeah, so we gotta bring the Uro back now. And then the Oko turns it into a normal 3-3. And then we're like, sure, whatever. Exiling the Scourge like we planned. And then next turn, we can go Food Chain and like put some Griffins into play. Which won't be winning. Remember that we boarded out one of our Ballistas, and the other one we used to kill a Delver. So it's not going to win on the spot or anything like that, but it should certainly be enough, especially since we have Uro life gain going on. Yeah, right, skip dash. Yeah, sometimes people meet that price. And sometimes the number changes depending on how amicable I am. I remember when I was just starting out, someone offered me like $100 to build a deck around, what was it, Nyx Fleece Ram? I'm like, alright, I guess we're doing that. That was years ago though. Yeah, I hear that Buffalo film. That's just like the nature, though, of one person having a microphone and the other person not. Why am I playing into the stays? Why don't I just untap and play Teferi again? Nah, JRC. I tend to have more fun when I'm like playing decks that I want to play. So if I'm like open to the ideas of submissions, then I'll make a post on Twitter or something, and then I'll take those like ideas into consideration. Like people want me to play some decks or whatever, but then I'm receiving them in a place that I can actually like prep for the stream. I can actually. And even that's very rare, where I just like don't have archetypes in mind that I feel like playing. I found that like the more fun I'm having, the better Magic I play. So I get locked into playing some obnoxious deck like Dredge. Then the stream ends up being not as good. So we're not going to play the Uro this turn, because then they can exile it with the Klothys, right? We're going to wait until we can... Oh man, we could just cycle it with Karakas every turn. Full priority. Can I do that now? Just draw a card. Yeah, I've played some Food Chain, a lot of ass, but thank you. Oh, the static ability means that I have to, like, sack this one. Okay, I'll just keep the 4/4. Yeah, never mind. Because they're legends, so I have to choose. I never get a chance to bounce with Karakas. Not a big deal. Yeah, so you see how we, like, without the... without the combo, without the Walking Ballista to go get with Ranger Captain, or what have you. Like, we don't have a win-win here. Like, they're not literally dead. But we also have, like, an army of unkillable things. So they're functionally pretty dead. Like, even if you had removal spells for Mist Hollow, we can just exile them to Food Chain in response. And then Uro's kind of unkillable with this Karakas, and... we don't even care about the Delver. Because we can give the Mist Hollow Griffins Vigilance by serving with them and then exiling them and replaying them post-combat. So yeah, this is not something we care about.
Oh shit, what up?
Oh shit, what up? Hey Hodge, thanks for the resub, the 46 months. Breeder Prime with this 47 months resub, said that they love the content. That's awesome to hear. Oh, we should just have the Flyers clear the Oko.
Oh shit, what up?
Oh shit, what up? Hey Uka Chaka, thanks for the resub, thanks for 40 months there. Yeah, I'll hold on to the Noble Hierarch. In case we need to, put something back with the Brainstorm later, right? Yeah, very early on. So, like, normally the deck plays 2 Ballistas. But we boarded in the 4th copy of Swords of Plowshares. And to make room for the 4th copy of Swords of Plowshares, I cut the extra copy of Walking Ballista. Because you do only need one to actually combo. The downside of only having one is that if you do lose one, either it gets countered or you cash it in early on to like answer a threat, then you can no longer like full combo kill the opponent. But the Delver matchup is a matchup where like if you just make 3 Mist Hollow Griffins, you're probably winning the game anyway. Like your deck is functioning, your opponent has allowed you to like resolve Food Chain. You're probably just so far ahead that you don't actually need to kill them with Walking Ballista, and you kind of saw that play out there. We still left one in to give us the potential for the combo, but just because we cashed in the Walking Ballista early didn't mean that we were throwing the game away or anything like that. Hey, thanks, Shinji. Yeah, I didn't mean to let the stream get too negative. I am having fun. I am having fun playing Legacy here. This deck's cool. This deck's super cool. I've played a lot of Food Chain in Legacy, but usually it was like Bug Food Chain back when Deathrite Shaman was legal. The addition of Teferi to this deck feels really good. Feels really smooth. And then you get access to like some nice white sideboard cards and Ranger Captain of Eos. Seems kind of good, right? This card seems pretty good. Does like a Teferi impression if you need to like resolve the combo that turn. Or you can just like interrupt the opponent's combo if they're playing like Storm or whatever. Seems a lot better than Trinket Mage to me. Yeah, right, Red 7? It is kind of like a nice mixture of like old school Magic and new Magic, which is, you know, kind of what Legacy is about. It's a very Legacy deck. You toss me $5 while I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Take any kind of game submission, you know me. Just doing that every day. Design mistakes? Do you think Misthollow Griffin is a design mistake? I know you're joking, but I don't know. So against a Delver opponent, we're going to try and fetch out these basics. Make their wastelands a little bit worse. Why play the 3/3 Eldrazi over the 4th Griffin? Sometimes when you're comboing with Food Chain, you only have 3 mana. And so if you manipulate Fate for a Scourge and a Griffin, then you can chain 3 to 4. Obviously, Misthollow Griffin's better. It's a better card. It pitches to Force of Will. It's got flying. But the difference between the two cards and 3 mana versus 4 can matter. Kill the opponent to full turn sooner. Yeah, right, Dean Jean? The classic combo of Force of Will and Misthollow Griffin. We can replay the Griffin later. So we could manipulate Fate now and get the other 2 Griffins out of the deck. I think I want to Ice Fang plus Noble. I'm actually going to lead on the Ice Fang. Even though it's got Flash. Because I'd rather the Noble got dazed than the Ice Fang. They're going to daze one of our things. I think I'm much more likely to play an instant speed effect as a sorcery than most players. Next turn, assuming we don't draw anything too interesting, we're going to manipulate Fate first. Try and hit a land drop. Try and turn this Ice Fang into a Death Toucher. Could also just jam Misthollow, but I think the manipulate Fate's better. Food Chain would be a great draw here. We could just play Noble and smack them for 4. So what's the third card that we're gonna chuck to this manipulate Fate? We only have 2 more Griffins left, right? So we would exile those 2, and then we would chuck a dead card. I'm not sure what our most dead card is. Maybe the 4th Noble Hierarch. The Force of Willing manipulate Fate. Can't beat Infinite Misthollow Griffins, I guess. Pretty ecstatic about that. Yeah, I think they should be saving that Force of Will for Food Chain if we ever find that one. Oh, let's exile the other Manipulate Fate. That's definitely our worst draw. And while attacking them for 4 is tempting, I'm just gonna pass. You don't think you should be able to interact with cards in the exiled zone? I think it's sweet. I actually miss when you could interact with them more, right? I thought it was cool when you could, like, Chrome Mox, imprint a key combo piece, and then, like, Burning Wish for that combo piece to combo off. Will Griffin Beats get there? Maybe. I mean, we're just set up to play a 3-3 every turn. This track's simple, but it's good. It's good streaming music. Just a nice groove. Just a real solid groove that you can just fall into. Bury yourself in. Ooh. Hello. We got any foodies in the chat? And by that I mean food chain combo enthusiasts, not whatever it is that you thought that I meant. Ew, food. Gross! Disgusting! Twitch chat only wants one thing, and it's fucking disgusting. Does Uro just, like, race through Griffins? It kind of seems like Uro doesn't give a shit about my Griffins. We do have swords in the deck. We do have swords and Teferi. They can bin it. Not to mention, one of our 3-drops could just go get a Ballista, right? There's one more loop here. And I'm just going to tap the damn Noble Hierarchs to play this Eternal Scourge. Save some clicks. Full power, your turn. Hell yeah, Night Fox. Interesting Stoic. Yeah, depending on the band dynamic, that could be a big fucking deal, huh? I guess, yeah, I don't know. Why not serve with a Noble? Yeah, that's a good point. Why not serve with a Noble? Get another 3 damage in. Could super matter. If they're like gaining 3 a turn, and we're hitting them for like 9 a turn. Could certainly matter. Oh yeah, we already attacked with the Griffin. That's a good point. Yeah, we got the Exalted triggers on the Misthollow Griffin. Oh hey, I win. Sometimes Twitch chat asks me a question, and my brain has already like moved on from that turn, and I no longer have the answer to the obvious question. like, I already attacked this turn being the answer there. I wish there was a button they could use to just use, like, any color of floating mana to cast a card. Yeah, Food Chain needs a lot of clicking. Not as much as Bomberman, though. I've played a lot of Bomberman. The end save targets option on Ballista made it much quicker. That was like one of the best features that they've added to Moto ever, I think. As someone that kills a lot of people with Walking Ballista, it's much improved. So that game was kind of cool. I just didn't like care about the Delver business at all. You're once again bringing in the 4th Swords to Plowshares. We're gonna once again cut a Ballista. I've played a lot more Bomberman. Shows wrist casts. Yeah. The Drinky Bird auto-clicker. Like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer realizes that all he has to do is press yes to the venting the gas to prevent the core from overloading. That's like his whole job. So he just gets a Drinky Bird to like bob on the Y key. When he figures out that he can just press Y instead of typing in all of yes, he's so happy. Marge is all mad at him. But Marge, I just tripled my productivity! What is the Bomberman combo? The Bomberman combo is Auric Salvagers and LED to make infinite mana. And it used to win with Pyrite Spellbomb, but obviously Walking Ballista is better. You wouldn't call Ballista Legacy All-Star? Really? I think it is. I think it's in enough decks. This seems fine. The mana's a little iffy. Alright, comparing it to Brainstorm. Well, I mean, no card's gonna match up to Brainstorm, except for maybe this one. So if that's the criteria, then yeah. But then that conversation's stupid, right? I assume that the conversation is, like, not stupid to engage with it in the first place. I think we're going Flooded Strand pass, and then next turn we go Tundra, maybe Brainstorm off the Tundra. Save the Flooded Strand to crack. What's the best card that's never been banned in any format? I mean, if we want to be like real obnoxiously technical, Brainstorm has never been banned in any format. It was just restricted in Vintage. That's very different. Very different. Very different from banning, because you still get to play the one. You still get to play one Brainstorm. I was actually really mad about that restriction, because I had been playing some Budget Vintage, and it made it like impossible to play Budget Vintage. At least as a blue deck. What are we hoping to put back with this Brainstorm? Maybe I just want to fire off Ice Fangs. Yeah, let's just pass. Is Brainstorm banned in Pauper? It is not. You don't get to play the like actual good fetch lands in Pauper. You only get like the 1 mana discard it to go get a basic or whatever. There's not enough shuffle effects is what I'm getting at for Brainstorm to be ban worthy in Pauper.
Shit, what up?
You don't even necessarily play it in Delver. How do we feel about Bitter Blossom? I think we let that resolve. Hey Gat6, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 53 months. Are panoramas legal? Yeah, but they're not good. They're Ooh. God, Teferi is such a dicking. What an obnoxious magic card. Notice how this Brainstorm got a lot better now that we have, you know, information, now we have cards that we actually want to put back. I'm glad I chilled on it. Ashbrands is sweet, I agree. Another one? Alright. Alright. It's that kind of game, huh? We might just be able to fucking aggro them. Like, did they want to lose 2 fairies to trade with an Ice Fang? Do the Exalted trigger? Seems rough. What's my favorite format? Yeah, I guess Cube is my favorite format. I do like, I just like deck building, you know? So you do a lot of deck building in Cube, which is fun. That's actually a huge bummer. If their last card is Okos, for example. Oh, they didn't take Force Will. Cool. Taking the Ranger Captain means that our ability to burn them out is much, much lower. Because we can't just like use it to go get Ballista. That's why they grabbed that there. Just taking the 2. Do I do normal drafting sometimes? I certainly do. I haven't been doing as much normal drafting lately. It used to be a larger part of my cycle. Hello, friend. I think the main reason I've been playing less regular limited is because, like, this last year they've offered a ton of cube. And cube gets better numbers, and I enjoy cube a lot. Whereas usually I would play limited to, like, break up the monotony of constructed. Just have it as, like, a more regular part of the cycle. You love the Noble Hierarch ordering? Yeah, no, I love that too. One of my favorite promo cards. I like the swords too. They give the old school border. I think they just did it with Fire and Ice and Feast and Famine, right? I think those are judge foils in paper. I like how a lot of the judge foils look. I just don't really use foils. Probably a good thing. Probably a lot easier on my wallet, huh? You hope you can catch me drafting some Kaldheim? Oh yeah, we'll be doing some of that. We will, of course, be playing some of the cards that we think might be interesting in Legacy and stuff. There's that tutor card that I kind of want to test out with next to Opposition Agent in the mono black aggro deck that I play sometimes. Yeah, Sapphire. Yeah, after this league, we're gonna play some Bant Control too, so. For when you have 3 mana Cinder instead of 4. It comes up sometimes. So this is a mold of 5 on the play, but Ice Fang's actually 2 cards. Manipulate Fate's actually 4 cards if it resolves. What's up, Ulyanov? Have I ever brewed with Masticore? I have not. That's a deep one. It's a name I haven't heard in a very long time.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey Zivan, thanks for the 4 months. Hey, glad you're enjoying the stream, Zivan. It's a good force will. With us mulling to 5 on the play, that's a really good. Well, force negation, but same thing. They pitched a force will to it. Yeah, something that's felt kind of nice in this matchup is just being able to fetch out basics. Just having a good mana base has been real pleasant. Call it a good mana base while I have it uncastable in hand, but you get the idea. Haha, surprise! Oh no, they have a surprise. That's alright, we still draw a card. One value, please. Yeah, half our cards just like saying draw a card on them. It's pretty dope. I'm gonna need a break to get some water. A tick.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey Deathrite, thanks for the sub, thanks for sharing the prime. got me. Yeah, I'd rather run into a Daze there than play Ballista on 1 and just cash in the Ballista for the Delver. The chance of being able to untap with the Ballista is pretty nice. Although Delver still hasn't flipped. I don't even know if I want to Swords the Delver. Okay, now I probably have to Swords at least one of them. I was gonna say I probably want to save the Swords for a Deathrite Shaman, but... Or not Deathrite Shaman, the 2-mana 1/3. Ooh, yeah, let's do this. Dreadhorde. Yeah, these Delvers have to flip eventually, huh? Yeah, there they go. What if I found a Chain Lightning? Yeah, fuck that card. You know what'd be a really good draw for us here is Uro. Or maybe Teferi. Teferi's been really good for us in this matchup. They showed Chain Lightning, right? So the reason... The reason they're not Chain Lightning the Ranger is because they want to save the Chain Lightning from my face. They think they can just kill me next turn. I think they have double Bolt in hand. Pretty obnoxious. This deck, main deck, rest in peace at one time. I think very briefly. Holding on this mana in case we draw a Brainstorm, also an option. This seems like a favorable matchup for us. Yeah, I mean we've played. This is our 3rd time playing against it, and we've beaten it twice, so it's felt good so far, for sure. Delver's never like fully down and out. I think we have to actually sack this Ranger on their upkeep. Yeah, Delver's never fully down and out, but... But the matchup in general has felt good. Well, you pointed out that was a mold 5 on the play. If the Manipulate Fate resolves, it's like a slightly different game. Or if we draw, you know, one of the, either Teferi or Uro there, I think we would have been in good shape. What were we afraid of to upkeep that? Well, we knew that they had Chain Lightning in hand, and they didn't play it to kill my Ranger Captain the turn previous. Which made me think that they were trying to burn me out. So that's why I sacked the Ranger Captain. I was trying to, like, find Uro, basically. Or something similar. Anyway, I'm gonna actually take a quick break just to get some water. I'm getting a little dry. I'll be back in a minute. Ha! Whew. Yeah. This might be a matchup where I'm supposed to shave a Force of Will. Like, go down to 3 and bring in an Oko or something. Oko seems good. Maybe I cut all the forces. And bring in 2 Oko and keep the Ballista in. Play it like a random Veil or something. Or maybe I'm supposed to bring in Rest in Peace to turn off Dread Horde and just like turn it into a 2-mana 1/3. I don't know. I don't actually think I'm Ice Fanging. I think I'm pitching Ice Fang. Fetching an island there for Uro, because if we draw a Noble Hierarch, I might want to play it off the Windswept Heath. Even though it would just get Chain Lightninged. What, can't you watch this at 2x speed? I could try talking faster. That's a lie. I had 1 speed. I did get some caffeine though, maybe that'll help.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey Zazzy Zazzy, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 9 months. It's a baby stream, happy baby, to the happiest of babies. Nice. So the best case scenario here is they have another burn spell, and they can go Bolt, Flashback, Bolt. Yeah, we need to find some swords, huh? We'll leave on Manipulate Fate, because I can cantrip into something good. Do I play Food Chain into Days? I don't think so. Other legacy decks that still run the equipment swords. Yeah, Death and Taxes usually plays them, and then every once in a while someone still tries to play Stoneblade. To varying degrees of success. Yes. And then maybe we'll leave a Force in, or we could play a Veil of Summer. Maybe. I mean, Carpet of Flowers doesn't seem amazing. Yeah, let's try the one of Rest in Peace. Oh, the Rest in Peace hits our own Uro. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Uro's like my best card against them, right? Yeah, let's keep it at 1 Walking Ballista. Play 2 Force of Wills. I like that. Hard fought win? It was. It was indeed. Yeah, this straight blue-red opponent has been tougher than the slower 3-color Delver decks, for sure. Are Storm decks still playable in Legacy? Oh yeah. Storm decks are still good. Some people have been moving over to Doomsday, but I think Storm's still a little bit better. How do we win from Food Chain there? Oh, we don't win, but we were generating enough value. Potentially even rebuying Uro that turn. The opponent was scooping to us just like having a board of unkillable stuff. Good question, though. I mean, sometimes just making some Griffins is enough. You think New Doomsday is very easy? I don't think it's the easiest Doomsday's ever been. I think Burning Wish Doomsday fit my brain a little bit better. Because like half of your hands were just TES openings, where you're just like making 10 goblins and passing on turn 1. Kind of like how Bomberman would just like win with Mentor sometimes. Like a good chunk of your games you don't have to like do the intensive combo. It just saves you a lot of time. It saves you a lot of brain power for the few times that you do have to actually think through your piles. I have been dazed. Are you allowed to use your spreadsheet of Doomsday piles online? Online? Oh yeah. In paper, no. In paper, you're not allowed to just have a sheet telling you what to do. That's a force negation.
I'll tell you the truth.
Yep, exactly, Rage. We need to draw some swords real fast. For sure, Rage. Pretty straightforward question.
Very much alike.
Ranger is a shuffle for Brainstorm, but it's not the white card I was hoping to draw. Like I said, we really need actual swords here. If they have an answer to the Ice Fang, we're just dead, right? Ice Fang could draw me a swords of its own, but...
Remember all the happy times we had.
Yeah, they've done a lot of cantripping to find another Lightning Bolt. Oh, or red, huh? It's getting actual Pyroblasted out.
Oh shit, what
That
up?
was my next card, though. Just a land. Well, that was our first loss to Delver. 3 Delver opponents in a row.
I'll tell you the truth.
The straight blue-red version. I mean, you can only tell so much about a matchup from like a single match, but it certainly felt like a tougher matchup than the slower versions of Delver that we faced earlier. It might have just been like that our draws were worse or their draws were better. Hey, Philip619, thanks for the sub, thanks for 24 months, the 2 years. The deck decided I had enough wins. Time to start feeding me some Molda 5s, huh? How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty well, penetration. Pretty good. Put a Molda 6 on the play over there. Yeah, right, Wild Sizzle. You may have 6 lands or 0. No middle ground. More Delver. More Delver is likely with the Volk opener. Not guaranteed, but certainly likely. We faced Sneak and Show earlier. That was playing Hull Breacher and Days Undoing. Kind of wild. Yeah, them getting disturbed with Dread Horde. It's always just the biggest bummer. If I was gonna adjust anything for this matchup, I would just add some more spot removal in the sideboard. Like, we have the 4th swords there. Playing like a couple Path could be good too. I don't think they even have basics for Path. They do have basics, it seems. Oh yeah, because they're straight blue-red instead of like the 3-color Delver. Yeah, Yeah, you're right. I think pathing them is still fine. Like, the curve still ends at 2 or 3. I want to force will just to draw a card, I guess. Kind of miserable. The Teferi just, like, gets cleared, right? I guess they don't get to flashback. That's what they're worried about right now. It's not getting the flashback brainstorm on their next attack. Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, Dreadhorde flashing back bolts is so... I mean, turns a non-clock into a real clock pretty quickly. I wonder if cutting Uro for Rest in Peace would be reasonable. Doesn't seem reasonable. Probably shouldn't be scooping here, because they're hellbent, and they have no cantrips in their graveyard. Still a little bit of time, leave they brick, and then we draw Uro, and maybe we crawl back in. Yeah, I wanted to have 2 forces. Yeah. Yeah, Surgical isn't quite what I want either. You think they're gonna top deck better than me? No, they were likely to win. They were certainly advantaged, right? They're the ones with the 2 Dreadhordes in play. But even if you're like 10% to win the game, I think you should still keep playing. I think scooping when you're like less than 2% to win is a fine place to start scooping. Or even less than 5%, depending on how you value your time. I know that's when like Brad Nelson starts scooping, because he just wants to like get more games in. I'm a little bit more of a grinder though, a little bit more of a grinder in me. I want to get some of my entry fees back and such. Not outright profit. I want to hold on to this Griffin. God, what if I bin Doko? Do I have any plans to play in SCG Opens again when the pandemic's over? No plans. It's a little awkward because we have to get Trop. Usually I play in like a few events a year. That's a really good pace for me. Probably just gonna continue to do that, right? Whether there's a... I don't know. Maybe with a few years off of paper events. Been more thirsty for live action. Yeah, kind of wishing that I kept the Griffin here over the Oko. I figured that we'd be like turn 2 Okoing for sure, but now we drew Force of Will, and I want to hold on to my blue card. Potentially. You scoop as soon as you're under 90% to win. It sounds like you're a League of Legends player. Have you ever played competitive League of Legends, or I think like any MOBA competitively? There's this like weird mini game. It's a team game, right? But you like a lot of the times you're not choosing your teammates if you're like playing the ladder ranked. And it's like whoever fucks up first, the entire rest of your team will dogpile that person. Like if one person gives up first blood, then it was like, ah, forfeited 20! Oh, this fucking top lane, whatever the fuck. Anyway. And so it becomes a sub-game to, like, try and shift the blame to, like, save their ego from the incoming loss. But they're damaging their own win rate. if you're trashing your own teammates, you're gonna win less. You're not gonna, so it's just like the least spiky attitude I've ever seen, just hard-boiled into a competitive game like that. It's just like a permanent fixture of the culture. It gets better when you move up. Once you get out of Platinum, I think people like realize that if you want to win, you shouldn't tilt your teammates. It's wild. And there's still those folks, but there's just less of them, I think. Considering Oko runs into Reb real hard, and then we don't have Force of Will. We could just run out Food Chain, which they might want to counter, knowing that I have Ballista in hand. Reminds you of CSGO. Yeah, fighting game communities do something similar. I think any team game where you don't pick your team, everyone's just gonna be shitting on each other for no reason. Tilting teammates is half the fun of LoL. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy that minigame, then League is the game for you. Yeah, right, that's the other thing, Diana. Like, everyone in Bronze, like, shit-talking each other, despite the fact that they're also in Bronze, you know? Like, your teammates are also on the same level that you are. Like, you're in the same ranking. So, like, calling them the worst people in the world that you've ever seen or whatever doesn't make any kind of goddamn sense. I think we let that resolve. Oh, nice. It's because you think you deserve to not be in Bronze, that your teammates have been holding you back. Right. Even though, like, everybody that's crawled out of Bronze has, like, learned how to carry a Bronze game. That's just, like, how you do it. Interesting question, Skullduggery. Well, sort of a question. They said they want a majestic beard, but they're worried about getting the stains out every time they eat ass. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a popular misconception. You don't actually get them out. Yeah, I used to have a blonde beard. Anyway. So Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is a fun game. Highly recommend giving it a try. There's a quick message from our sponsors. Mana Traders sponsors the stream. There's a link to Mana Traders in the stream description. Yeah, that's fine. I guess we sack in response, huh? Yeah, there's a link to Mana Traders in the stream description. There's also a coupon code for 20% off your first sub with them. If you're looking to play some Legacy on Moto. Sweet little card rental service. Yeah, I do the same thing, press a pick. I mean, I don't really play ranked anymore, but if I did, I'd just be muting everybody. Yeah, when your opponent's sitting there with 5 cards, you kind of assume they got a bunch of Pyroblasts. My biggest regret this game has been shuffling away that fucking Griffin. Because I get the impression that we would have won earlier, right? I mean, just being able to pitch the Griffin to Force of Will means that we would have a Griffin to cast here and potentially gain infinite mana. But I assume their hand looked something like that. We're down to 1 card in hand. So we have 3 Griffins that we could top deck, or the Eternal Scourge. That would just give us infinite mana. That would just give us a win, assuming they don't have a 3rd Reb, I guess. Scourge would even win through that. We're not cashing in our Ballista to clear a Delver here. We're even like running it out with an extra counter for the Oko to turn into a 3/3. Because I think our best bet of winning is top taking something to combine with Food Chain. I'm just getting there. Remember that we're not just drawing towards those 4 cards. We also have 3 cards that directly tutor for them. Maybe Noble's not supposed to attack, and then they have to serve 2 creatures at the Teferi to clear it. Instead of just 1. Oh shit, hum. Looking rough, folks. Force of Will flipping the Delver here. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, you see that they played their last card from hand, and it was just a land, too. So if we'd drawn a combo piece for the Food Chain at any point in here, we would have just won. Or if we hadn't bottomed it, if we'd kept it over the Oko. Dang. So 2-2 against Delver. The main difference between the 2 matches, I feel, is we drew much worse. We drew much worse when we were losing, and we drew pretty well when we were winning. And that's the biggest difference that I can spot so far. But, I don't know, maybe if you keep the Griffin, you end up winning that game. Go to a game 3 win. 3-1 certainly would sound a lot better than 2-2. But, we get a 5th round here. Maybe we can face another Delver deck and have a tiebreaker. Or maybe we could face one of the many other decks that are in Legacy. And that could be fun too. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break and do my bladder. I'm full on fluids, but I'm also full on bladder here. I'll be back in a minute and a half. It won't be one of my normal 3-minute breaks. That's all, I'm just going pee. I'll be back in a sec.
They talk about another kind of world. Another kind of world.
What are you afraid of?
I'm lost in old ways.
I'm not afraid.
Oh shit, what up?
Well, here goes nothing. They talk about another kind of world. Another kind of world.
What are you afraid of?
I'm lost in old ways.
I'm not afraid.
Just listen.
Boom. All right. So let's see. Can we win a round? Can we win a round? Can we be positive? Hand's not bad. I said because, like, I want to fetch Trop here instead of basic Forest for Noble. I'd rather fetch basic. Is Food Chain a combo deck? It is. It's a combo deck with mid-rangey factors. Okay, yeah, let's get a Forest now. It's kind of like Elves, where you can also win just by beating down. But mostly what you're doing is trying to combo. Goblin's opponent with no second land? Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of lands here. We gotta put some back. Hell yeah, Vector. You're very welcome for the good times. Glad you're still enjoying the stream. Well, you said third most watched? Get out of here, pretend fan! No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Oh, man. Ooh. Not very good against Cavern of Souls, but if we play a Vial, huh? Or sometimes they're trying to play multiple Goblins in a turn. You mean most watched? Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Where can you find that info? Twitch sent out emails. If you don't have the email, it could be buried in your garbage bin, or like your spam filter, or maybe you told them not to email you. That also hinder your ability to get their emails. Not a very exciting play. We could be cantripping, right? We could be playing the Ice Fang here. Ice Fang plus Noble. Maybe it gets us closer to a win, but the opponent's not doing much. I think we have time. Let's play a 3-3. Pyrokinesis. Who's main decking Pyrokinesis and Goblins? I thought I was the only person crazy enough to be about that life. Wow, Tybalt. That's fierce. They just have another one. That's just their whole hand over there. Alright. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, alright. Hell yeah, no lead. Who was your first, if you don't mind me asking? I feel like you're here a lot. In a good way. You clipped the beard question from earlier so we can make a command for it, since it's a pretty common question. Oh, good. Thanks. Do we want Oko against them? I feel like no. Do we want Force of Vigor for Chalice? What percentage of the names in the chat would I say that I recognize? Well, I recognize you, Ulyanov. I mean, most folks I like say their name either when I'm like responding to them or when they're subbing or, you know. So most active members I'll recognize. When people come up to me at conventions and they say their Twitch handle, I think I recognize it over like 90% of the time. Hell yeah, Zyphon. We could leave in Force of Wills. I mean, if they don't have Cavern, we still want to be able to answer. Turn 1 Goblin. This is another matchup where just like having Path in the sideboard would be nice. I think these Okos are bad. I think I added these Okos to the sideboard, and I haven't really wanted them. I just added them because they're a good card, and they seemed fun to play on turn 2 off Noble Hierarch. But I don't think they're actually something that I want. Say all of the viewers that I remember and rank them in likability. Alright, well that's a reasonable enough question. 1. No, wait, no, I'm not doing that. So this hand loses to Lackey real bad. Kinda don't want to lose to a Goblin Lackey. I would certainly keep this against an unknown opponent. If we're on the play, I'd be happy about this, right? Turn 2 Nicodle. Or turn 2 Quaddle. Can block Lackey, and then we Teferi bounce something or whatever. Maybe Mullet on the draw. Mullet over. Am I more of a Magic personality or a Twitch personality? I mean, it's both, right? Yeah, maybe we should have brought the other Oko in. Make Chalice look even worse. Yeah, I mean, I could make it as a variety streamer on Twitch, but it would not be comfortable. And I would probably have to, like, ditch my mortgage. I'm not sure if I run out of Blist on 1, or if I chill on it. I can just chill. You just realized this wasn't cubed? Yeah.
Oh shit, what up?
That was not a good ringleader, if you couldn't tell. Hey Zinbot, thanks for the sub, thanks for 16 months. 567 hours last year, you should probably find the $5 to sub. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, if it wasn't for guild subs, I think it'd be hard. I think it'd be a lot harder. In terms of like percentage of income. One cool thing about this deck is that the combo doesn't actually care about Chalice at all. Yoko just like turning Chrome Moxes into 3/3s to pull them away from Muxus, get them further away. Would be useful. Yeah, Brutal Zephyr. Certainly brutal year for paper Magic. I know there was a spike in some card prices after the initial stimulus, and people were like, oh, I have a few unexpected dollary dues. But yeah, I imagine people like need to pay rent. They got Crater Maker, not Muxus. Do they have Muxus in their deck? Maybe they have a Muxus in their hand already, so they didn't want to get it like a redundant piece. That must be it. Because this Crater Maker doesn't make any kind of fucking sense. Yeah, this is the Mux coming down. They did shuffle their ringleader whiffs back into their deck, but there's a really good chance they just win here. We'll see. They only add a Rebel Master to the board. Meanwhile, we need to draw a food chain. We lost last game, having 2 of the 3 parts. We had the food chain and the ballista, but we didn't have a griffin. And then this game, we've got the griffin and the ballista. Just missing that middle piece. Could fetch to thin. I want to leave the fetch in play, I think. Actually, let's see. That Uro. Do we just want to get back Uro? Uro's pretty good. I think we do. I think that means that I want to fetch. We're actually going to GM Swords into the Chalice, just to get a card in the graveyard. And now we have 2 options for getting the Uro back. We can cash in a Ballista on 1, or we can just sack the Ranger Captain. I think Ranger Captain being a 3/3 is pretty good. You want a Ballista on 0? Just in case we hit food chain? I think it's better to kill a 1/1 here. Another line is to run out the Mist Hollow Griffin, and then have the Mist Hollow Griffin, like, chump. And then next turn we can exile the Mist Hollow Griffin to Uro. That would also be okay. Yeah, fair enough, Deathrite. Fair enough. Ouch. I think Flooded Strand is literally 1 card to grab. Sure. Since we can't actually resolve Brainstorm right now through Chalice anyway, I'm just gonna crack it. The life loss could matter, but I really don't want to draw my planes or whatever. Not dead yet? No, far from it. Potentially favored, even. I think if their Rabble Master had been a Chieftain, they would have had enough damage to win this game. Even if they don't tap the Ancient Tomb here, I think the Ballista would have been enough to win. Right, we just need to do it for 4 if they're at 7. Alright. Yeah, let's play the Ballista on 1 and then grow it after it's in play. GG! Hey, we got ourselves a winning record. Got a little lucky that in that second game there, the opponent's ringleader whiffed entirely, and then the Muxus basically was a whiff, right? Just hitting the single Rabble Master. Glad you enjoyed the tunes, Fex Worldwide. This is, the artist name is Approaching Nirvana. They're a pair of EDM making brothers. They're pretty great streaming music.